now the Bosphorus broke, raising water levels in the lake by nearly 500 feet.
That flow is going to charge down the channel and hit the Black Sea into a huge impact. Thousands of car crashes every instant. A massive impact. And you're really talking about a huge amount of water.
That amount of water pouring into the valley would have no doubt wiped out many settlements and forced survivors to flee.
If you've been someone who had been living there at this time, one of these sort of simple farmers, and suddenly you're faced with this rapidly rising sea level, it's hard to imagine how you could possibly have coped with that.
This vast current flowing, flooding the Black Sea area, it was tremendous.
It is nearly impossible to know what this much water would have looked like rushing through the Bosporus in this flood scenario. But Chris Paola at the University of Minnesota created a small model of the strip of land separating the Mediterranean from the ancient valley below to illustrate how massive the initial flood would have been.
Well, we're looking at the rising sea level in the world ocean connected through the Mediterranean and the Sea of Marmara right down to the Bosphorus. So the whole world ocean over here, the choke point there. The erosion is catastrophic because the water is accelerating. A tremendous amount of force is being exerted at ocean scale on this small bank of sediment that's in effect holding back the entire ocean from the Black Sea. The flood builds on itself. It's like an explosive release of water into the Black Sea, and very quickly as the sediment wall is eroded away, the water floods into the Black Sea and abruptly raises its level. Anyone living in there until the moment when the water actually crested this would have had no idea what was coming. The water erodes away at the base of the sediment. The sea level rises in the Black Sea. The fresh water that was there is now replaced by salt water from the Mediterranean, and the Bosphorus drowned, which is how we see it today.
This model of the Bosphorus is 6 inches wide. The actual Bosphorus Strait, where the flood may have happened, is over 2 miles across at its widest point. Every inch of it submerged in water. The world has seen some immense floods, but eventually they recede, the water usually going back to the place it came from. But these waters didn't recede.
It was a permanent change. It wasn't part of the natural rhythm of the Earth. It was an anomalous effect that no one had ever seen before, and that, in fact, is a transformation that's still with us.
But if this massive flood did happen, where is the physical evidence that it buried the beginnings of an ancient civilization?